Hello? I live in the village of Ternopil region, and my name is Angelika. Before we watch this episode, I suggest you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and also leave your comment. Enjoy watching. This morning started wonderfully. I slept well and now I'm fully enjoying every moment of the day. I have a few special rituals with which I always start my morning. Among them are playing with my cats and enjoying aromatherapy. These small but important habits bring me joy and set a positive tone for the entire day. That's why I light a special candle and set myself up for a pleasant, calm day. I sincerely believe that if there is order around me, there will be order within me as well. That's why I start my morning by always making the bed. The hand-embroidered pillows that adorn it are my special love. Each stitch carries warmth and a story, making my home even cozier. And of course, no morning is complete without a cup of coffee. Each of these small routines brings me incredible satisfaction. They help me start the day with harmony, gratitude, and a sense of calm. I have a sweet tooth, so in the morning I eat a few cookies for breakfast. It's a small indulgence that brings me joy. Taking care of yourself is just as important as everything else. That's why skincare is another essential part of my daily routine. A little self-care helps me feel fresh and confident. Next, I turn my attention to my houseplants. I have many potted plants scattered throughout the house, and they all require regular watering and care. I truly believe that plants can feel the love they receive. When they are nurtured, they become more beautiful. In return, I genuinely enjoy these simple daily tasks. They help me stay grounded, allowing me to fully experience the present moment, here and now. Now it's time to take care of my four-legged friends. The dogs are already eagerly waiting for my attention, ready to start the day with me. The goats are also eagerly awaiting their breakfast. And as always, Alaska has made herself comfortable right on the table. I truly enjoy their company and cannot imagine my life without them. They bring so much warmth and joy to my everyday life. Yan, however, is too impatient to wait for breakfast and decided to snack on the flowers from the pot instead. Typical, yan. Despite their playful antics, all the animals living with me get along wonderfully with each other. They each have their own quirks, but they coexist in harmony, which makes my home feel even more alive. For the cats, the best part of the day is when I let them feast directly from the garden. It's their little moment of joy, and I love watching them enjoy it. Of course, thus, I find something tasty for myself too. After all, good food and nature's gifts should be enjoyed by everyone. Eggplants, zucchinis, tomatoes. I love cooking with them, and even more, eating them. Just look at this basket. The colors, the freshness, it's simply wonderful. There's something special about picking your own food straight from the garden. And let's not forget about the autumn flowers. Oh, how I love them. Their warm, rich colors add a unique charm to this time of year.
Може ще тут фотку зробимо з цією корзинкою?
Meanwhile, while I'm busy with my gardening tasks, the kittens have set up their own little races. They run, jump, and play, turning the yard into their own tiny adventure park. A big fun. The company always follows me on the farm. Wherever I go, I am never alone. My animals are always nearby, making everything more fun.
І окремо, от, де ж ти почала.
I start sorting the vegetables, washing them thoroughly, because I plan to cook something special today. Today's task is canning. I begin by placing horseradish leaves in jars, preparing the base for delicious homemade preserves. Of course, the kittens can't resist joining in. They need to inspect everything. They watch with curiosity at what I'm doing. To speed up the process, I decide to separate all the tomatoes from the main bowl to make them easier to handle. Now I move on to the zucchinis, cutting them into large pieces. I arrange the zucchini pieces in separate jars, preparing them for canning. These recipes are so simple, yet they always bring so much joy in the winter. Opening a jar of homemade snacks always feels like a little celebration. Just look at these bright colors. Isn't it beautiful? The rich red color of the tomatoes, the bright green of the leaves, horseradish, golden hues of the zucchini, all the beauty of nature in a jar. While the weather is still pleasant and warm, I try to spend every free minute outside, soaking in the fresh air and sunlight. To add a bit of spiciness and depth of flavor, I carefully place hot peppers in the jars. A little warmth makes everything even more delicious. Meanwhile, in the fields surrounding the village, a full-scale harvest campaign is underway. Everyone is working hard to gather this year's harvest before the cold sets in. Back in the kitchen, I prepare the brine for canning. I put a pot of water on the fire to bring it to a boil. Soon the canning process will be completed, and I will have another batch of homemade delicacies that I will store for the winter. The aroma filling the house is simply wonderful. Next, I begin sterilizing the jars for canning. For this, I carefully place them in a large pot of water so that they are completely submerged. Under the influence of high temperatures, the canning is sterilized and I can be sure that it will be preserved for a long time. With that task done, I move on to preparing a classic stew with onions and carrots. Simple, hearty and delicious. I mix sautéed onions and carrots with freshly cooked rice, creating a simple yet delicious combination. Meanwhile, the jars have heated up well, so it's time to seal them tightly with lids. With a free moment, I start cleaning the bell peppers. I remove the tops and carefully take out all the seeds, preparing them for stuffing. Of course, I'm going to fill them next. Although some people use ground meat, I have found the perfect substitute that makes them just as delicious and filling. For the sauce, I mix everything together first. I blend fresh tomatoes with a mix of spices, creating a tasty and aromatic base for the dish. I like that I can multitask, doing several things in the kitchen at the same time. This makes the process fun and efficient. Now I leave the jars with the preserves in a warm place to cool down gradually. The stuffed peppers are almost ready. I take them out of the pot, place them on a plate, and admire how beautiful they look. Of course, they taste better when sprinkled with fresh herbs, adding a bright flavor and color to the dish. Now it's time to enjoy the meal. I really love delicious food, especially when it's something I've prepared myself. But life on the farm never stops, not for a minute.
Ternopil vatten.
Thank you so much for spending another day with me on the farm. I can't wait to see you again.